So my name is Linroy Samuel. And Colin John Jenkins and I met years and years and years and years ago, go through all kind of things, all kinds. And this is the most recent of the things.
Yes.
The most recent of the things. I came on his show, another show, some time ago, a couple of months ago.
Let's Talk Construction.
Let's Talk Construction, right? And I'm back again for something completely different. Completely different.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Great. So you're an entrepreneur and you branched off, and listen, it's something that I encourage for all persons in Antigua if possible. You can have your gig, you can work for somebody, no problem, but you're having a side hustle is important in this economy.
Very important.
And not just, you don't think about just Antigua alone, you can go online and you have kind of e-commerce and all that kind of stuff. You know, if you have services, we're talented people now. I have Olympic gold, you know, in spirit. But I'll get back to that another time. But yeah, what is it that you stumble on, Lenroy?
Okay, Antigua has laws. People need to pay. When they earn, they have to pay Social Security, medical benefits, education levy. And those rates change depending on
what's happening in
salary,
legislation.
height, and whether you're paid monthly, weekly. If you're of the age and the age is changing for retirement, all kinds of complex things, right? So there is a project management finance team, and they're working several nights a week, weekend, Sunday and Saturday, in order to get all of that for all those people. And I'm watching this and saying, that
can't be it.
Come on, man. There has to be an easy way to do that. It must be. You can't require all of this effort to do this every single month. So I sat down. I was all right on Excel, all right, not great. And what we're talking about here is payroll software. That's what came out of it. I wasn't great on Excel, so it was a massive, massive labor of love. I just was driven to find a solution to
for
stop
a problem that you
madness,
existed.
to stop it.
Yeah.
So I started playing around with Excel, and in the end, what used to take a team of people several days, close to a whole week to do, it was I alone doing it in much less time, right? Because of this product that we have here. It's a product now. At the time, it was just something to help out my coworkers. So after I started doing that, close to the end of the project, I said, but if this is something useful for these people, maybe there are other people in Antigua who might need it. At the time, I knew nothing about the payroll market, who had a product, who didn't have a product, what was going on. So I called Social Security, Education Levy, Board of Education, etc., etc. And they say, oh, no, there's no room for that. It's saturated, basically. So so I just left it alone for a while. And then I started working at another place, and I saw basically the same thing
happening again.
Why does this thing need to be so difficult? And I said, no, I have to dust this thing off and start to try to see if I can help people. And when I say help people, it is a business. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to sit here trying to tell anybody that I am here altruistic and being the great giver of gifts. I want to make money.
Okay, not Santa.
Okay.
I take a Cheeto for that.
Not Santa.
Right. I want to make money. But my target was not massive businesses with a lot of employees. It's people who struggle to do their payroll. They're not able to pay an accountant to get it done because there are businesses that do this. They just hand over all their payroll data and whatever to somebody, and the person does all of it, the payroll, the taxes, everything.
And come up with the figures every month.
And give it back to them. There are people who, those people are slightly better to do than the big companies that can hire a staff that does this.
Yeah.
But there are people who are not at that stage where they are able to pay this accountant every single month. It's a monthly thing, every single month to get it done. So the target when I started out was there are going to be people who can afford something like $1,050 a month, which is what it goes for. Not a month, sorry, a year. $1,050 a year, which is what it goes for, less than $90 a month, right? And it turned out that it's not just those people who have wanted it.
Really?
Yes, we started with those people, but right now we have car rental, heavy equipment, construction, pharmaceutical, guest house, right? all kind of different people.
Architectural firms.
Architecture.
So what's the name of this?
It's called PayCalc. PayCalc.
PayCalc.
PayCalc.
Yeah.
Right. So like payroll calculator, shortened and put together.
As you've been implementing it into these
evolving.
different companies, it's literally taking on different forms. It's,
Right.
it's evolving, as you
Well,
said.
basically the same thing, but I wanted to do this. Soon from now, somebody's going to ask me to make it transform into a VW Beetle, a yellow one, right? And I might try to do it for them.
So is it so are you, okay, you've named a couple of companies and they seem very varied, all right? But are you open to every type of business though?
As long as you operate in Antigua and you have employees.
That's a wonderful answer.
I know now you're gonna say something.
You know, you get that, right?
No.
Yeah, I know, but it's not legal. As long as it's legal, that's what you should say.
No, but if you have employees and you're not paying the payroll taxes, you're not legal.
No, you know,
Yeah.
you're the kind of work you're talking about.
The man don't answer it.
No.
Very clearly.
The man
Listen.
doesn't say the answer.
You know what I see happening here? Eventually, a solution like this is going to tie into financial systems like credit cards and so on, and bank accounts, where the companies now can, through this, find some vehicle to just pay to the different organizations online.
Well, there are actually. I'm not shooting myself in the foot because we're operating in different scales, right? But there are payroll software providers in Antigua.
That does that.
Thank you.
Yeah, there are payroll software providers in
Of
Antigua.
course. That's why I'm listening. I'm like, oh, okay.
So Chantal, come through the man. Let me hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I mean,
Right, but
Let's go.
But like I'm saying, I did not set out to compete with those people because some of those get really high in price. Some people just will not be able to afford them, right? My idea was to make certain that as many people as are willing to have it can have it. That's basically the idea.
And it's user friendly because you mentioned Excel.
Yes.
And a lot of people aren't very proficient in Excel, but I think once people start using it, it's very, it's like muscle memory in a sense. So I think once it's more bespoke to your company, and if you do have a finite number of employees, it should really and truly be easier.
Well, I'll
to
give
apply.
you. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you talked about people's proficiency or competence in Excel. The way I worked out the bugs in PayCalc, that's the name of the software, PayCalc. The way I worked out the bugs, I gave it to somebody, just gave it to them for a year, and every time the person would call, because you're a programmer.
They were just beta testing.
Chantal is, when I say you're a programmer, I'm pointing, people in the radio can hear, Chantal is a programmer, right? So she knows. There's no possible way that you're building anything that's bug-free.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Just real quick, guys. I am not the programmer.
Oh, okay.
I just have programmers that work for me.
Ah,
All right,
okay.
there we go. There
Well,
we
you
go.
still,
big
you still
boss.
are-
Okay,
no,
big
no,
boss.
I'm just saying,
Hold on. She's way too young to know. When they developed that university at Dow Hill, the medical university, lots of people kicking a fuss of, what's this man's qualification for having medical school and whatever. Big noise. Shut it down. Man, come on 7 o'clock news in the evening. He say, you know what my qualification is? You know what my qualification is for opening a medical university? Money. I hire people
I
that can do it.
I do software, but I have a whole software company.
Okay, right, exactly.
Yeah.
I hire people that can do it.
We've been on this show going on 7 seasons now, and ever so often this topic comes up of seeing a problem or an issue that exists and trying to find an innovative way to resolve it to make life simpler, right? We bring a lot of people in to talk about their journeys as entrepreneurs and so on, to share their thoughts on what you're doing. And it just keeps being re-emphasized that a lot of the systems and processes we have can be improved and should be improved, and they are actually an avenue for you to create a side hustle or side business.
Yes, there is. What you need to be doing is just being observant. Because it's very easy to just see the things that are happening and saying, okay, well, that has always happened like that, and it will continue.
But that mega start the dating agency.
Start them.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Start
But ladies
up.
and gentlemen,
It's
we're at the wrap of the show. Again, Lenway, if they need to contact you, what the number?
764-8380. The name is Lynroy, Linroy Samuel Jr. 764-8380. And the product is called PayCalc.